how do you see the impact of ratings and wine critics right now in the wine world? Is it still as strong as it has been at the beginning of the 2000s? Or is it changing now with social media now getting a lot more attention? Or what is your opinion on this?
Things have changed. Um, there was a time when Robert Parker,
Yeah.
100 points on Robert Parker, you could double, triple your price. You will sell everything very quickly. Um, I remember there was a very interesting point when uh, Parker retired from the Wine Advocate and Neil Martin
Yeah.
took over. And you could see it was such interesting time, especially for Bordeaux. Uh, Parker had his style of wine. And again, I think people who criticize Parker are just silly. Parker was just a man who said, I like this wine, I don't like this wine.
Yeah.
That was it. Now he was so clever, so early, so fast, so like smart with the 100-point scale that he blew up and he became an iconic and very influential person as no one has ever been maybe
Yeah.
back then in the wine industry. Uh, but when he retired and Neil Martin more, so Parker is an American, Neil Martin is a British palate, you could see the big rich oaky wine style suddenly let more room to a more like fruity, more subtle style of wine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it was very interesting moment for the wine industry, and I think the critics are still very important. If you walk to a store of Costco, for example, you can see every wine above 12.99 would be linked to a score, and there's no score, there's no wine. Uh, so that's very uh, it's very helpful, very good shortcut. 94 points. It speaks to people, and so it's very important. I don't think it's as important as it used to be, and people pay more attention to the, I think, the comments, the note of the critics.
Mm-hmm.
Again, before maybe it was 95 is better than 94. Now people maybe spend a bit more time reading,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, for example, guys like Yves Beck is based in Switzerland, and he writes beautiful things about the wine. I feel he lives in Bordeaux because he has so many Bordeaux. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, and what he writes is very important, and I think people pay more attention about what he writes, what he writes versus just the score. So that
Wow.
has
Mm-hmm.
changed, and also I think the younger generation is more volatile, maybe less faithful to a region or to a brand.
Mm-hmm.
They want to discover, and a way to discover could be by critics, could be by scores, but it's a lot with social media also. So I think when some people told me like, so who will replace Robert Parker? And I told them it was like years ago. I said, I don't think there's any like one person. Also, James Suckling is very important in the wine industry. Neil Martin, of course, and Yves Beck more locally. To name just a few, there's tons of more. You know, I'm not going to name them all. Uh, but I think there's a lot of exchange of uh, although I don't very like this word, but influencer who can say like, look, I love this wine, and just like a friend would tell you like you should check out this winery, they
Yeah.
make good wine.
Yeah, this parasocial relationship with these personalities, I think, is quite powerful. I had a conversation on the podcast with Luke Flander a few weeks ago, and he explained he's very famous on social media, on TikTok, and Instagram, and he explained that he had some partnerships with wineries, without naming the brands and the partnership, but with a few like organic reviews and promotions, they sold out. So it is a very
But,
powerful.
but what Luke does on TikTok, which I think is wonderful, is that you can see the genuine aspect.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually went to those, like I couldn't meet him, but we talked. We met on TikTok. He What I like is that a bit like back in the days, like in early 2000, 2003, 2004, like Gary Vaynerchuk from the Wine Library was able to defend a wine that he had no financial tie to this wine, just because he liked the wine. I like Luke because he can go to Lidl and say, and I don't think he's a spokesperson for Lidl or Aldi or whoever, Tesco, whatever, but he can say, look, that bottle of wine is wonderful. You should buy it. It's a good, if you don't want to spend the money, what did I say yesterday about, I think, a Chateauneuf. If you don't want to buy a Chateauneuf, you should buy this wine from this region. And you could see like he's genuine. He has his own range of wine, of course, but he doesn't. I think that's why he's blowing up on TikTok because and Instagram, because he doesn't mind talking about wine that he loves for the sake of the viewer, not financial sake. And if there's a wine that is $4.99, again, like I remember this video in Aldi, I think it was $4.99. This wine is awesome. To me, that's the anti glass ceiling that I was talking about. That it's $4.99 at Aldi. I should never give it a 92. I should never be too excited about the wine. I should give it an 88 maximum. 88 maximum.
Exactly, he's very genuine, and you can feel that he just wants to help out the viewers, the customers, and give genuine reviews. And he's also, as you said, he is not afraid to praise a wine that is maybe a lower price, but it's a great value. He's also not afraid to criticize wine, which is very popular. He had a very funny situation, a little scandal. He criticized one wine from Australia, and everybody was angry, but he said that this is just his opinion. So he is very straightforward and not biased at all. Thanks for watching this video. You can watch the full podcast episode by clicking here, or watch another interesting video by clicking here. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section, and see you in the next one.